So Octopath Traveler finally came out, and it's a pretty good game from what I see. The problem is I don't own a Switch, so I can't really enjoy the game. But it doesn't matter because I can't really recall a time I've ever beaten a JRPG. I have beaten the Mario and Luigi games, but there's just some elements in the game that sometimes make me not consider it a JRPG, even though it is. I kid you not, I have not been able to beat a single Earthbound game in my entire life, and I usually get just halfway through before I just give up completely. In all seriousness, I do believe that Mario and Luigi games are for all people, whether they're new to JRPGs or not, due to the game's simple battle mechanics being blocks that allow you to perform different battle commands, and a story that keeps you captivated for hours, until you reach the Wiggler in the third game. He kinda sucks. And Earthbound, as I previously mentioned, it's true that I've never been able to beat a single Earthbound game, and that's for a good reason. I couldn't beat Earthbound Beginnings because the main character kept getting asthma attacks from the car enemies in the game. I couldn't beat the second game because I got lost, and screw the hint house, who uses the hint house anyways. And in the third game, I gave up because I lost the Mr. Saturn coffee table due to glitching it into the wall, and I enjoyed riding that table so much that it makes me sad whenever I think about me almost beating that game. But every Earthbound game is unique, and it's pretty cool. Each one has its own original story. You got this boy who gets psychic powers, and a guy without psychic powers joins your party, then a girl who's older than the main character by a couple months or a couple years, who also has psychic powers, joins the party, and after she joins, some irrelevant person joins as the fourth party member, and that's the only thing that changes across all the games. Pooh is cool, Boney is useful, and let's just leave Teddy. Now I want to shift over to stores in JRPGs, and usually if the game has multiple party members, you can only equip certain gear and weapons depending on your class, your level, or your location. This usually happens in games such as Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Earthbound, and even some MMO JRPGs. But MMO JRPGs are the worst when it comes to players selling their items. Hello sir, I would like to sell this apple. I'm sorry to tell you this, sir, but, that's a premium item. You aren't allowed to sell premium items. I'm sorry, I'd like to sell this apple. I'm sorry, sir, but that's a premium item. You're not allowed to sell premium items. Sir, the apple. I'm sorry, sir, but that's a premium item. You're not allowed to. If the shop allows you to sell any item, it's a good shop. Like the shop in Temmie Village. You don't know what Temmie Village is? Well, I don't blame you. It comes from a dead game that not many people talk about anymore, and I guess you could say it's a forgotten tale. Speaking of forgetting things, I can't forget one of my most favorite parts about any JRPG, and that's health statuses. If a snake-type enemy bites you, you get inflicted with poison. If you touch any type of fire, you get burned. And if a fish is underwater and you attack it with lightning, it will die due to the electricity coursing through the water. And also, if you... Oh wait, that's basically Pokemon. Well, it's true for all games with enemies that poison you, burn you, freeze you, etc. But no JRPG does that better than Pokemon. Because the game revolves around creatures of different typing, power, and actually, it's not as fun as other JRPGs at times. In Pokemon, you cannot equip more than one item on each Pokemon. This only adds another challenge to the game, which is, will you equip this item to heal your Pokemon? Or something that improves its defense? Why not give Cyndaquil a charcoal so he could boost all his fire moves? Or, why don't we just give Whitney's Milk Tank a choice scarf and let it spam rollout on all my level 10 Pokemons, especially my Cyndaquil, my Hoppip, and my egg that I'm gonna get too lazy to hatch eventually, and never use. Are there any other JRPGs I forgot to mention?
Hey, didn't Scott Cawthon make a Five Nights at Freddy's JRPG?